So I want to tell you a story. Story, yo. I want to tell you a story. Story, yo. So I want to tell you a story because it's Tuesday. It's the parenting Tuesday. So Tuesday is ruled by mass, your willpower, your intention. Coco, come here. Your ability to now start. Coco, come here, Coco. I'll put a leash on you. You're becoming very misbehaving. Come, Coco. Coco, you're getting too excited now. Come, Coco. Coco, come. Cross the stupid road, stupid dog. Coco, stay here. I might put a leash on you. Behave. You should know about cars. So you're a big dog. Big spirit. Don't embarrass me. So now, welcome to Tuesday. Like we said, Tuesday is ruled by mass. So this is your willpower. This is your passion. This is your ability to that which you are spending time in on a Monday, what you call the Monday. So today you express it. So today should be the first day of the week if you are to go as above, so below. But then again, we are in this world. But still, in this world, you can be the one. Okay? You can be Jet Li. I am the one. You can be like Neo in the Matrix. When you reverse the word Neo in the Matrix, it becomes the one. When you're watching the Matrix, unakwambia he is the one. Or Neo. Unaenda wapi wewe? I come and you are going. Coco. Coco. I'll put a leash on you. Stupid dog. It's okay. Okay. Are they alive? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, welcome to Tuesday. So the colors for the day inakuanga ni red. You can eat anything that has a lot of iron. So Mars Day is Iron Day. That is why when you are watching the Marvel comic character, you are the clown. So when you're watching the comic Marvel character movies, when you're watching Iron Man, he wears red. You are watching Tuesday. So when you're watching the program Marvel comic, wale watu wa DC Comics, wale, it's just comical. It's comical that you're not getting that they are speaking about you. When they create these movies, they are talking about you. So it's comical, so they call it comical. Movies and comedies and magazine comics. Marvel comics, okay? Marvelous comics. Coco. Come here, Coco. Come here. Unaona venye lori zinapita. Coco, nitakuweka leash. I'll put a leash on your neck. Let's go now. Stupid dog. Come, Coco. That's why you should not walk with dogs near the road unless they are on a leash. Okay? But anyway, these are not dogs. These are hellhounds. When you're watching a horror movie, unaona hizo mambo unaonanga huko kwa horror movies, hellhounds. These are hellhounds, okay? These are not just dogs. They are not just dogs. These are hellhounds. Now, all puns intended. So, let me tell you a story. I want to tell you a story. You're supposed to say, story, yo. I want to tell you a story. You're supposed to respond, story, yo. While you are watching, if you're not responding, I'm not giving the story. I want to tell you a story. One person responded. Another one. I want to tell you a story. Story, yo. So the story is about Asali. Okay, 8-year-old. They are about to turn to 9 years old. Now Asali is a Marvel comic character, aka persona or avatar. Now she has a superhero costume, which is the lion. So the theme of the superhero costume is the lion. I want to take you deep into the esoteric world now. I want to show you how you can transform your child into the superhero that they are. Wewe, not anybody else. Mtoto umleavyo ndivyo akuavyo. Sio mimi nilisema, ni babu yako, pengine na shosho yako. Sinasemanga ni mababu. Nasemanga mababu walisema, ni mimi wako Swale Mudoe, na mimi sasa ni babu wa Mashashi. Now, acha tupende chupa ya maziwa hapa. Ama hii mbogo tuikulia kwa ng'ombe. Tuingie kwa farm. Tukiongea maneno ya maziwa. Ndio kwa dhodeko hii. Hello madam. Kuna ya githeri? Iko ya githeri? Tasikia vizuri. Tasikia vizuri sana. Hello. Dikiwa kirogo. Huko hii. Inzagi. You Inzagi. Na leo. Nana. Kwaje nana? Kwani unarudi nyuma? Hata huko hapo. Umetulia? Muria wega Muria wega. So now back to the live. Shout out to the high vibrating animals. They give you milk. Milk ni pus. So actually you are drinking the cow's pus, because that is the closest thing you can feed on, that is closest to who you are. Okay? So if you are to eat spiritually the way you are supposed to be eating, best unafaa ukue ukikula mutu. Unafaa kukula mutu. Juu mutu ndio yako closest to you. But since we can't eat people, kuna wenye wanakulanga watu, we went to the cow and realized the cow inatoanga maziwa. But the milk was not the most important thing. The thing is, like, when a child is born, the first thing you do, you go to your mother's titty and suckle that colostrum, or pus. In other words, the blood cells, the pus. So the closest we could get to that was drinking the cow's pus, what we call the milk. Which there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that if you know what you are doing. If you are not lost into the Pan-Africanism, if you are not lost into or you are not supposed to eat meat, that fake spiritual teachings. So now, the story was about Asali, the about to be 9 years old girl. She wears a superhero costume that is lion-based. Why is it lion-based? Because she's a Leo sign. Okay? So, the sun is how you protect the moon. So even if I give you the sunshine or her sun, I'm not giving you the moon, which is the real her or her makaba. So the sun becomes what you put a superhero on, the costume. Wanyama walikuwa live hawa. Unajua hizi si ng'ombe. Ni ng'ombe watu wakiziona, lakini si ng'ombe. So nakujia kama maziwa hapa fresh from I get the cow's pus fresh from the udders. Ikitolewa tu hiyo mahira hivi, niko hapo na chupa yangu ndio hiyo, and I collect 1 liter of cow's pus. Okay, or what you call milk. I'm going to go and drink some cow's pus because this is the closest I can get to what you call drinking your blood cells. Okay? So, where are we? The superhero costume. Wacha tuongee tukienda. So the superhero costume. So ziko wapi mahindi za githeri? Yenye umeniambia? Ninyo muno hii kama imekauka sana achana. Siwezi acha mahindi hata kama ni unaweza acha mahindi kama hii. Unaweza acha mahindi uone chakula uache. Uone chakula hii uache utaacha aje? The Bible says knock and it shall be opened. Seek and you shall find a good one. Tunasemanga hivyo. Kwa hivyo ukipata bibi mbaya nani alitafuta? Ni wewe ndio ulijiletea. Wewe ndio ulichekesha. Ulipatiwa options nyingi ukakataa. Ati hi, hello. Sasa njesh. Attract another demon just like you. Hapo unashinda ukisumbua watu watufanye nini kwa ndoa yako. Nyambura bado atarikava kabisa. But ako better. But bado ilikuwa nini? Ilikuwa imempeleka sana hiyo. Ni hizi nitapikiwa metungo. Metungo. Takiwa metungo. Unaona metungo sasa ikiiva kuna venye bado unairoast. Unachukua butter ama ghee unaipaka. Ama sasa hiyo mtungo unaikata na kisu na unakata ndani ya mahindi. Like 4 sides. Sasa hiyo unaroast mpaka na hiyo moshakwe unaziroast. So unakula yako kama moshakwe kalea na hiyo mtungo unairoast. Alafu ukiweka ghee ama butter saa zingine na roast unaweka oregano na hot pepper. Alafu unapaka asali, unachukua asali hani unapaka ukigeuza. Now unakulanga unashinda hii ni motungo? Hapana, hii si motungo. Hii ni motungo ya jenga. Ni mimi nimetunga. Tunga sentence ukitumia. That's how you create a language, okay? Or anything. Na msijaribu recipe yangu ya motungo. So I was telling you a story about the superhero. So one day that superhero went to school and the father to the superhero, muangalie kama Thanos. So you see Thanos has like all the infinity stones lit up. So the father to Asali is like Thanos, okay? And you know Thanos protects what is his. So one day Thanos is driving. No, one day the superhero, the lioness, she comes home and she tells Thanos, you know, Awa, today in school, the teacher said that if you don't finish our homework, she's going to beat us with a ruler behind our fingers. Thank you very much.
Sawa. Na karata zikauga kana unyitirega. Tardoga karata zikagiko.
O kama muhe bag. Muge bebe si thisi we hari ruru muno.
Arekera na karata ni tokuna kaje. Ni tokota dia to biite.
Ona bag igicokagia. Ndwakira ni ndi mundu wa mihuko. Ndi uti muhuko nguite. Ona ndi wanagia kwena bag yakwa guku. Ndi ona gakondo gatigicoka gatari kindu. Gatigicoka. Ndi ona witchcraft. Oka kahutite gacoka gekete atia. Hwaini no kiria no timing irathire uguo. So iditi mo iko ugire uguo ati kondo goka gatari kindu gacoka kaihurite. Iditi thimo yanyu na nie murakinjuria ki. Iditi ni mujekirire bebe ataki ndathondekire thimo iyo na ndakorire muthondekete na ni thi yanyu. Eni cheza kama wewe. Thank you. Anguka nayo. So now, when she told me the story, I was like, what? Asali, ati mwalimu amekuambia nini? Mwalimu ametuambia tusipomaliza homework atatuchapa na ruler behind the fingers. So me, I ignored it. I was like, okay. Now, a week later, she came home, very afraid. And she's like, I don't feel like going to school tomorrow. So the mom was like, so what's up? She's like, you know, the teacher, today, students were making noise and they were beaten. And she even told me she was going to beat me. Hey. Sasa Thanos akacheka. You know that Thanos has a huge sense of humor. You don't have to see Thanos' sense of humor. He has it. He doesn't have to smile. You know, Thanos is all about taking care of business. He's not all about laughing and being lost in the... You know, you guys, you need to learn how to watch movies. The villain, every time you're watching any movie, the villain is usually the superhero. The world is so reversed that the people you cheer on to win in the movie are the people who run and rule you in today's world. So when you are cheering the police, you are cheering for the system of a law which has never been for you, because the people who make these laws can get away with them anytime they want. Do you get it? Of course you don't get it. Now, back to the live. So Thanos is driving. Thanos is coming from charging his infinity stones, aka observing the sunset, aka the watcher of the west. Coco? Coco? Now we are back to the road, so you have to behave, okay? Hey, hi. Poa sana. Ni watu wanajua jenga na jenga. Naenda hivi. Don't lift. Nilikuwa ninunue matchbox. Yeah. So wacha nipite hii. I don't have a matchbox and I need to buy chicken feeds also. So let me cross the road. I walk on the right side of the road, eh? I don't walk on the left side of the road. I walk on the right side of the road so that nitakutana na gari. Coco, come. Na gari. Coco, usiende kwa barabara. Stay close to me, Coco. Stay bumper hapo kwa miguu. Coco. Coco, stay there. Don't go. Kwa barabara. So the left becomes my right. And the left to the road that was meant to be the left, aka people are driving on the left side of the road, becomes what? My right, or I become its left, aka some separating energy from that witchcraft, or choosing the left-hand path, which you're not supposed to. Now back to the story. So Thanos is driving, all his infinity stones are lit. Okay, learn to observe the movies. He's coming from watching the sunset, aka when you are watching the sunrise, the rising, the Ra, rising. Shout out to the Egyptians, Ra. When you are observing the rising, aka 6 a.m. in the morning to 8 a.m., what you call Aries or spring, or when everything is springing into life, the birds, Coco, Coco, come here. Nani amekuambia uvuke barabara? Eh? Coco, stay hapa kwa miguu. Or these trips that you are taking for granted, they are taken away. Coco, Coco, my kindness, don't take it for weakness. Okay? This is a privilege to be walking on the road. You know where to go walking. Coco, Coco, come here. Stay bumper. Mpaka tuvuke barabara. Stay there. Coco, stay there. You know you are a brand ambassador. Coco, wewe ni celebrity. He's a celebrated blood cell. Coco the pooper. He's a brand ambassador to my pet food business. Coco, Coco, come here, Coco. Come here. Kaa hapo. Stoke hapo. Stoke hapo, Coco. Shout out to that big speed. Let's go now. Let's go now. Now I have to pause until I finish crossing the road, because you know it's my responsibility to protect Coco. Actually, that is the theme of this live. Forget about the story now. Let's jump into the theme of the live today, because it's Parenting Tuesday. Now, many of you, or what you can say, many of us, okay, we grew up in homes or Coco, 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 come here, Coco. Stay here. Stay. Stand down, Coco. Yes, stand out. Kaa hapo. Kaa hapo. Wait. He knows he has to. Wait, Coco. Come, Coco. Coco. Stay there. Let's go, Coco, now. So many of us, or most of you, you grew up with parents who threw what you can call a blind eye. So your parents turned a blind eye to abuse. So the abuse may have come from them, may have come from their significant other, if this is your husband, or this is your wife, or this is your mother, and this is your father. The abuse may have come from the father, or the abuse may have come from the mother, or in some cases, the abuse comes from both the father and the mother. Now, come, Coco. Yeah. So, as children, remember, we are our patterns. So we internalize this deep belief that we are not worth being protected. For example, when your father is beating the shit out of your mother, you as a child, since you are learning your patterns, and this becomes a pattern you are witnessing every day, this now for you becomes a deep-seated, very deep-seated belief. You have this deep belief that you are not worth being protected. Wewe sasa. So I want to show you how deep your abuse goes and how deep trauma is rooted, or your curse is generational. Coco. Coco is pooping again. He's always pooping. Yes? Yes?
Yes, niko hapa.
Wewe, uko na kibiriti?
Yeah.
Kuja nipe. How much is a matchbox?
Only 5 bob.
Come and give me 5. 5 is a good number of fire. That is a 5-pointed star. So I get 5 matchboxes. Just because, you know, on a Mazda. Si moja ni 5?
Ah.
Yeah, that's enough for 5, right? You don't even need change. Waitwa nani wewe? Jack. Hey, you are the Jack of all trades, eh? Shout out to you. Umevaa nguo ya red, eh? Unakaa poa sana wearing red on a day like today. Thank you, madam. Thank you. I'm grateful for the fire. You have given me the fire to continue with this life. Nani yako huku zana? Nipige simu? Oh, you are around. Come and give me chick mash.
Ako huku kwa nyumba.
Niitie tafadhali. Tell them to come and give me some chick mash. Umevaa American Eagle number 7. Eagle iko juu. Ni Aries, ruled by Mars, ni fire. Number 7 mgongoni. She's wearing a hoodie. Now, so as children, we start to analyze this deep belief that we are not worth being protected. So you start thinking that there's something wrong with you. You may not understand it, but you start thinking there's nothing or there's something that is wrong with me. That is why my father cannot protect me from, at that particular moment, is not protect you from any of them, is protect you from seeing abuse. Sijui kama unashika. Do you know you're not even supposed to be seeing abuse? Do you know ufai kuiona? You're not even supposed to be seeing it, or to be seeing as a physical representation of abuse in the physical. Ufai kuiona. So they are children, mwenye watu wanasemanga ati they are sheltered children. So a child is supposed to experience their peers as he grow up, and you develop some certain characters. That is why children go to school. They don't go to school to learn hizo vitu wanaenda kufunzwa huko. Okay, thank you. It's all about growing with their peers. Now, as a child, when you are growing up, your parent is supposed to protect you from some things. There are some things your parent cannot protect you. For example, one day you'll be grown, You'll have such big, beautiful boobies, such big, beautiful behinds, the calves, small waist, big lips everywhere, big lips on the face to be kissed, big lips everywhere. So, and by default, utapatana tu na mtu, unaona? So your parent cannot protect you from everything. Hata parent yako anakunanga na boyfriend anajua, kachana kangu kameanza game, ama kijana yangu ameanza kojoa, unaona? So, the truth is that lack of protection is a generational cycle, okay? And this is where adults will disassociate or deny what's happening to cope. So, nipatie chick mash 3 kgs. Nipe 3. Takujia kagunia baadaye. Takujia kagunia hiyo ya 10 kg baadaye. Nipe 3 kwanza. Wakule leo. Kesho. So, one of the most important thing in this world is protection. Protection inakuja wapi? Pale kwa security. You need food, you need to eat, you need shelter, and what else? And clothing. So clothing is the protection. You need food, shelter, and clothing. Clothing si nguo umevaa because you can shelter under a jacket. I gave her my jacket to shelter her from the rain. So the clothing is the spiritual cloth, or what you call the Mason's apron. When you are going to the Masons, kuna hiyo Mason's apron, wanakuanga wamecover their 8th house, their genitals, their Gentiles. Ukienda kwa Bible is when they ate the fruit of knowledge and they felt naked, so they covered what? They covered their Gentiles, the genitals, the 8th house, Scorpio, kuterembuka huko, their desires, okay? Your 8th house energy. Okay, the darkness, the backstabbing energy, the yo Scorpio energy yote, the cheating energy. Shout out to all the Scorpios, they are known for that. Now, so protection is very important for you now, for your development, or what you call development of self, the I. So we needed to witness adults who are setting clear boundaries. Even if they are fighting, we don't know about their fight. So these are adults who can assert themselves when needed. Assertiveness, that is Virgo energy. Your ability to bend over backwards or stand your ground, and So we needed to see parents who, they don't need to please. They don't need to appease to avoid the anger of someone else. So we needed to see parents who are not giving a fuck. Okay? They don't appease. They don't need to please the other person for things to go their own way. And if you aren't protected as a child, when you grew up in that, it's not because of you. It's not because of you. It has got Coco, let's go. It has got nothing to do with you. Because if you weren't protected as a child, that's why I keep telling you, give yourself grace. It's not because of something you did. It was not you. You are innocent. The only thing you cared about when you came out of your... The only thing you cared about when you came out of your mom's crack was to find a nipple. Okay? That is your root chakra. So you need to heal your root chakra also. The root chakra is the first rooting. The rooting, ukiweka mahindi kwa ground, kitu ya kwanza inatoanga ni mizizi. Inajikilia kwa ground. Hiyo ndio root chakra. Your root chakra. That becomes you, the first primal instincts that you have to survive. Meli, unasikia ukikata mizizi, ukiguza mizizi ya mti yote imekauka. And most of you, your roots are broken. Some of you have got broken and rotting roots. Okay? Your roots are broken. Some of you have tap roots that got broken like a broken carrot. So you drive huku nje lakini huko chini you are not driving anything. You are not hakuna kitu unayenga nde. You have a root chakra so broke you have to go and look for a carrot or a cucumber. Or a toy. Shout out to Tashar. go and prescribe to Quintashar pale on refunds and see a lot of wet spots going on. Okay, shout out to her. So now your root chakra is in so much shit. Either you have a small dick, small dick mind, so you have a lot of insecurities. As a man, you have a lot of insecurities. You are very narcissistic. You keep firing people in your place of work. You keep preying on your workers. Okay, or maybe you have some dry ovaries. So your ovaries are never wet. Your ovaries are always either over bleeding or not bleeding. Okay, so all that energy. So give yourself grace, because as a child you are not protected. Okay, and it's not because of something you did. No, your primal instinct was to suckle. Ukitoka kwa hiyo tumbo unukie, taste and smell. Your root chakra, the first senses, taste and smell. Always smell. If it is smelling too fishy, you can smell it's a fishy business. You can smell some trouble in the air. Your root chakra is grounded. You can smell shit. Someone is speaking shit. Okay, now back to the live. And so the things that you needed as a child now, because now there was an adult failing to do something. Okay, so you are responding. For example, when you're responding to domestic emotional abuse and neglect, it's so normalized. Okay, mtaa wangu, you see that three-pointed star, witchcraft, the three-pointed star, or the holy triangle. This is the holy triangle, or the Mercedes-Benz logo. So majirani wangu wote wako mabenz tu, kunima nasemanga the three triangle square. The square ndio hiyo Mercedes logo hapo nyuma. Kuna ingine hapa pia Mercedes. Najua. Wewe majirani wako ni nani? Show me 5 of your friends and I tell you who you are. Not to say that they are spiritual, but they are practicing witchcraft bila kujua. Unajua? Yeah. They are stuck in a ritual and spell which works for them. Which another beamer. So you're supposed to break the cycle. The reason you are on my page or you stumble on my page is because you're supposed to be the person that you needed for yourself. So only you can break the cycle. Okay? Wewe ndi utapona. Your parents didn't know better. They loved fighting. Even today they are separated. They are not together. Na kwanza usirudi kuenda kwa wazazi wako wakupea advice ya marriage na wamekosana na walikuwa wanapigana. Your father cannot advise you on marriage, neither can your mother. If you have witnessed abuse between them, they should be the last person. Unaweza take a lot of the example, but peers know you have to break the cycle and heal something that is inside you. Okay? Because a lot of you don't understand the lifelong impact on a personal psyche abuse have. So acha niwamalizie story. So Infinity Thanos, I'm driving, I'm coming from the sunset, watching the sunset. Nikakutana na school van ya shule where she was going to school. So automatically the driver kuniona because they know my car, akasimama, nikasimama kumsalimia. Nilikuwa na huko Ikambura ndani. Nikamwambia hi. Something told me that was the teacher, the madam sitting there. So I won't say her name. So I asked, is that madam so and so? The driver is like, ni yeye tuko na yeye. So in my car, I'm speaking to her, nikamwambia, wacha nikuambie mwalimu. Listen and listen carefully. That superhero, the lioness, ajai kupinchiwa, okunywa, ajai kupinchiwa, ajai kugongwa, wacha kugongwa, ajai kutishiwa kugongwa. Hiyo ni nini? Hiyo ameiona tu kwa movie. Okay? Ameona kwa movie violence. Ameona kwa movie watu wakipigwa. Ameona kwa movie watu wakishutiwa. But anajua ni role playing, ni acting. But in real life ajaiona. Pengine saa venye aliona shule mtoto akichapwa. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. So protect your children at all costs. So the teacher was like, what? And I said, and I'm coming to the school. So I went to the school and I said, listen, Mwalimu, I want to talk to that teacher. So she came. I say, I'm not here to judge you where you are coming from or whatever. However, I'm here to tell you on one thing only. When it comes to the lioness, that superheroine, hizo vitu namwambia hajaisikia. Kama kuna mistakes anywhere in class, you talk to them. You communicate like an adult. You are an adult. You communicate like an adult. You don't resort ati nitawachapa. They don't know that language. Hajaisikia hiyo language. The director of the school is looking at me, looking at the teacher, looking at the other teachers, looking back at me. And I healed those teachers bana. Nilitoka hapo walimu wameheal. I was like, sijui kama understand what nimesema. You should protect your own children. If you understand how deep trauma goes and generational curses, that the violence you witnessed at home is the reason you are where you are, because you never felt like you needed protection. So even in your work, in your places of work, boss anakuongelezanga kama shonde na ni boss yako. But huwezi respond kwa sababu when you are growing up, you didn't know you needed to be protected. You witnessed violence. Babako anakuja anarukia mamako anamkanyaga na mamako ndiye anakulea. Ama mamako anakanyanga babako. Ama vita. Ama babako wakuji. Like there was so many times like place kama ile stima ilipotea. Transformer ilichapa siku 3, babako hakukuja home for 3 nights. And it was so scary. Na waizi wakakuja lakini hawakuiba. Those kind of abuses, a child is supposed to be protected. Like shit. Even if you need, you buy a gun. Okay? Humans are the only species yenye ikizaa inatupanga mtoto huko nje. Natupa huko lelewe na mwalimu. Hey, meko na mwalimu mwega. That same teacher is the same classmate mulikuwa na wewe. And you know hakuna watu wazuri. Everyone's a demon. Whether this word is very demonic. So I wouldn't even trust anyone with my child. Not even my own mother and father. So what makes you think wewe naweza kutrustia? If my daughter is going to be 8 in a few months na ameonana na shosho yake once, wewe utakuja kuniambia nini sasa? Who the fuck are you? If that is the person who's supposed to be the most protective to her, being my mother, because that's her shosho, because huyu ni mtoto wa mtoto wake, but she doesn't care. What makes you think I can trust in you? So protect your children, okay? Protect your children so that you can heal. Understand that when you look back to your childhood and you are wondering, why didn't my parent protect me? The answer is that no one protected them. So lack of protection is a generational cycle. So when you are breaking your generational cycles of trauma and curses, start with that one. Protect your children at all costs. All costs. These are your descended thoughts and feelings. At the same time, you need to have discernment and also understand that you also bring demons into this world. AKA, the last time I checked, Hitler was born by a woman. The last time I checked, Zakayo was brought by a woman. So we also birth our own demons down here. So if you need to protect your demon, understand that you also created that demon. So it's also a creation of what you call your demi-urge. Your lower version. You have your Lord version and your higher consciousness version. So your demons are your demi-urges. So you also need sometimes to protect your demons. Because sometimes you also need to call on a demon to get shit done. AKA, sometimes you have to act animalistic, jifanye chizi, uende udaishe pesa yako ndi ulipwe. Do have a beautiful Tuesday, Thursday. Ciao, ciao. Protect your children.